My name is Jhed and this is my 1991 Acura NSX compact supercharged. Before getting this car, I was actually looking into getting a R35, but I just kind of looked at in terms of the differences of, can I fix it in my garage, which parts are affordable, would I have to take the dealership to do this, and mostly if I were to blow the engine or blow the transmission, if I'd be able to afford to replace it or just buy one and replace it in my garage. On top of that, I kind of looked at the resale value of it, and the NSX was just iconic. So going past that, I had my eye on a few in Vancouver. There was a few over in out east, but just with it being out east, I know some of the conditions of those cars and the history is kind of questionable. So actually I ended up landing back home where I'm from, which is Winnipeg, Manitoba. And that's kind of where I grew up in the car culture, grew up in the car scene, got my influence from all the cars out there. There was one that I was looking at in particular, I think, which I'm glad I didn't get. That one, I think I was just, it was more excitement than really thinking and doing research. So what I ended up doing was talking to a few people, and there's my one friend Jeff, who I talked to, and he was kind of just giving me his input about it. So, but me, I didn't listen. I still really wanted to get it. So long story short, with that one, I ended up going down there, but that deal fell through. And I went down there with my fiance. And what had happened was we had to register my brother's S2000 just so we could drive back home. And actually driving back home, my friend Jeff called me again, and he informed me, he's like, "Hey, where are you?" And I was like, "Well, I'm actually halfway out of Winnipeg already, heading back home to Saskatoon." And he's like, "Well, just stop where you are, stop where you are." And I was like, "Okay, why, what's up?" He's like, "I have a friend that has he has his NSX, but he's not sure if he wants to sell it because everybody says they're always gonna buy it." So I was like, "Okay, well, forward me his info and get me his number and I'll talk to him." So I ended up giving him a call. He was actually living in Vancouver. So I talked to him, we were just discussing the vehicle and everything that it came with, and then he kind of told me, "Hey man, there's, you know, I just hope you're not wasting my time, because there's a lot of people that that have inquired about it in the past and they don't end up pulling through, and I've got to come back, and he's got his family over there, so he doesn't want to waste time." So eventually I was like, "Hey, send me your email address." So he gave me his email address, and I e-transferred him some money. And then he called me back about a few minutes later, and he was like, "Oh shit, you really want this car, hey?" So I was like, "Yeah man, like I'll wait here." So he had to get his affairs in order. I went back to Saskatoon to pick up a truck and a trailer, and got back to Winnipeg, and met up with him, my buddy Jeff, and Mitch, and my brother. We went to his house, and he actually he was pretty hesitant on selling it to me, but again, I feel like I'm rambling on. Long story short, he ended up selling it to me, and it's all she wrote. Currently the setup, it's got a spoon front bumper, sourced that through AJ Racing over in Richmond, BC. It's a 91, so it's an NA1, but it's got the 0205 front end conversion. It's got a downforce Type R hood, the NSXR downforce rear wing. It's currently wrapped in Nosatec Midnight Gold. For wheels, it's got the Regamasters Evo 2s, 17 by 8 and 18 by 10s, and then I had to top it off with the Spoon Sports calipers for sure, just for that added touch. It's got a 2.7 Whipple Comtech Supercharger, and as well as Comtech headers. It's got a Titech center exhaust exit, and as well as some Recaro seats and Works Bell tilt hub and the Momo steering wheel. I feel like I've, in the past few years that I've owned it already, I've kind of experimented in things that I've wanted to do, make it look like, but I think it's time to bring it back to some originality in terms of paying homage to the NSX. So I'm gonna be taking off the wrap. It's gonna be going back to all black. Looking to get the spoon air scoop. Oh, fuck's sakes, what is it? The air duct, sorry. And then probably a Tommy Kyra rear duckbill. I was thinking of Voltex, but I think this year or next year I kind of want to keep it calm and keep it a nice, relaxing look this year.